Everyone, welcome back to another episode of Toya's P.A.D. Plants are delicious. So for today's episode, I am going to do one of my all-time favorites. Y'all know when I became a vegan, I thought my love affair with chocolate was over. I was, people call me dramatic, but I was like, no, I can't have chocolate. Like, what? Where's the world coming to? But your Girl Scout with the net and everything. I found a couple of them. I had to tweak them to make them, into my famous recipes. Yes. So today we'll be making my famous chocolate chip cupcakes. I'm all about a cupcake. I have no problem making a cake and doing all that, but again, it's just me and my mom, and we don't eat it like that to the point where we're taking the slices and things like that. To me, cupcakes are easier because guess what we can do after we bake them? We're gonna pop them things in the freezer. Yes, unfortunately, I've ran out of cupcake holders, but we're gonna make do with what we have. But before we get started with all that, we gotta handle this business. Now, if you're new, welcome to Toya's P.A.D. Plants are delicious. I'm Toya, of course. And if you've been day one, thank you. You know what I'm about to do. Y'all ready? Bum, 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 bum. Vegan math. Who needs this math? You might be asking yourself. You do. Everybody in your family needs it. If you're a vegan, if you're not a vegan, if you just eat meat all the time, every day, you need this. Let's say you're a vegetarian, you need this is what everybody. When I say everybody, I mean everybody. Now, let's talk about it. So, vegan math, we have the values. This is where we're going to start. So, we have A, animal, M, milk, E, egg. Let's plug it in. 0 animal milk plus 0 animal egg equals what? What does that say? Say it loud, real loud. That's right. No problem. And we're not going to have a problem making my famous vegan chocolate chip cupcakes. Let's get started. What I want to do is I want to add 1 cup of almond milk, unsweetened, unflavored, into my measuring cup here. So you need a cup, and then we're going to do a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. All right. So yeah, I was just looking, and I was looking up vegan chocolate, and once I found vegan chocolate, and then I found a couple of recipes. That's just a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to swirl it, and then I'm going to put it over to the side so we can work on our dry ingredients. Now, we're going to, I'm using the whole bag. You don't have to use the whole bag. If you don't want to, you can use half. But y'all know I'm a chocolate lover, so bring on the chocolate chips. The reason we're putting them in first is because we want them to be coated with the dry ingredients, so that way the chips won't sink to the bottom and pretty much burn. You would think that your cupcakes is burning, but it's really the chocolate has burned. All right, let's get started on our sugar. So we need 1 3/4 cup of vegan sugar. Again, this sugar does not sift, so we have to go this way. But yeah, I found the vegan chocolate chips and saw a couple of recipes, and I said I'm gonna go for it. My stash is running low as far as chocolate goes and everything like that, but I'll go get some more. All right, so that's a whole cup. And now we need 3/4. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to fill it up all the way. I don't know why they don't have a 3/4 cup, since so many recipes be calling for 3/4 cup. You see how I didn't fill it up all the way, just left some space. It's like, y'all know that we're gonna need that, so why not make it for us, please, if you don't mind. It's just like, work with us, not against us. Okay, now we need, oh, and if y'all find one, please let me know where I can get it, because I need it. So we need 2 cups of unbleached all-purpose flour here. So this is one of the recipes that, this was the first vegan dessert that I did, and I was very proud of it. Yeah, I'm gonna get flour all over my hands. It's inevitable, when like I tell you guys, when I'm using flour, my hands gets a little, they get flour on it. Alright, so now we need 1 1/8 cup of cocoa powder. I know that says cane sugar, but use the cane sugar. And this way it's easier, because when you buy them in like those little small containers, it gets hard to actually get in there and get the cocoa powder. So I just came up with this little hack here. You can borrow it. I don't mind sharing. I mean, I'm sharing my famous recipes with you guys, so that should already show you that I'm not a selfish individual. All right, that's it. And let me just come here with this little one. Boom. All right. Woo, it is coming together. All right, now it's time for our baking soda. So we need 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking soda here. Boom. Boom. This is real easy to put together. This is something, you don't need a lot of equipment, because we're just going to whisk this by hand. Y'all know, if I don't have to get the tools out, I don't get them out. It has to be like a dire need for them. So we need 2 teaspoons of baking powder here. But yeah, we're going to just whisk this. Broke that. We're just going to whisk this by hand, because I mean, it's simple, it's easy, ain't bada bing bada boom. All right, now we need sea salt. So we need a teaspoon, of that. Again, sea salt, kosher salt, does not sift unless it's the coarse one. So now what I want to do is, I just want to not get cocoa powder all over myself. Which I've already done. Oh, can y'all see like the cloud of cocoa powder smoke I got going on here? All right, we don't want the bad. That's probably sugar, but I'm not gonna take a chance. Okay, get my whisk, kind of cover our chocolate chips. Also, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you guys, you're gonna need a cup of hot boiling water. I already have that on the stove. My apologies. But yes, you're going to need 1 cup of hot boiling water. So please be careful when it comes down to that. All right, now we're going to pour in our almond milk and apple cider vinegar mixture here. Yeah, it's a little lumpy. Okay, now we need a 1/2 cup of canola oil here. It's gonna give it that shine and make sure it doesn't stick to anything. Okay. My mom's a chocolate lover, but not as much as me. I think I take the cake for the whole family when it comes down to my chocolate. Yes, I love me some good old chocolate. So here I have just one of these little single packs of applesauce. This is going to help keep the cupcakes nice and moist. Now let's say you wanted to do this in the cake form. You're doing the same thing. You just make sure that you prepare 2 pans with a little butter, and then you just take some flour to make sure it doesn't stick. Now if you have parchment paper, you can use your parchment paper. You guys know some of the things that I do is because I seen my mom. My mom didn't do parchment paper because we couldn't afford it. So I don't do parchment paper, but if you do, by all means, use it. So we need a tablespoon of pure vanilla extract. I had to stock up on the extract because I'm telling you, this crisis is making everybody bake their hearts out, and they're not leaving me anything to work with. Like, come on. Also, when you're doing your hot boiling water, be careful. Also, fill this up. Fill your pot up, because remember, it's going to evaporate. You can put a cup in here, and when you come back you have a half a cup. So just make sure you put more water than what you need, so that way when it's time to add it to the bowl here, you'll have what you need. So just a little trick. And also be careful, because this is hot. Look at that, right on the button. And then also that hot water, see how it's getting the oil out of there too. All right, pour that in there. Kind of clean up a little bit, y'all know I don't do well with a nasty kitchen. Now I'm going to add in a secret ingredient. Yes, whenever I'm doing anything with chocolate, I add, my mom drinks coffee. I don't drink coffee, but I get her reserves, whatever she doesn't drink, I put it in here. This is just regular dark coffee. I didn't add any sugar, any cream, anything. You need just black coffee. And what I do is I add a splash or 2 in. I know you're probably wondering, why are you adding that coffee? Let me tell you why. Because that coffee is going to bring out that chocolate flavor that you didn't even know chocolate had. Okay? It is going to blow your mind. And also with that hot boiling water, those chocolate chips in there, they're going to slightly melt. Oh, my mouth is just watering thinking about it. Also, I'm going to do a couple of little tricks with a couple of the cupcakes, because I made some caramel the other day. So I got some, you know what I'm saying, up my sleeve. Don't worry, I'm going to come and give you the instruction as far as the caramel goes. But yeah, I thought today, it's been a kind of little weird couple of weeks. I'm in a flare. Y'all probably see the rashes on my face, but I'm still in this kitchen and I'm still getting it done. So as you can see, it doesn't take much to bring this together. So again, you just need a whisk and a bowl and your measuring utensils and the ingredients, and that's pretty much it. See, I try to help you guys, because you know I don't want to be using all that equipment and then I gotta wash it all. So I'm gonna clean up. I'm gonna let this just sit here and rest, because you know we just food with it and everything. Then when I come back, we're going to put them into the cupcake holders. Also, preheat your oven at 350. See you in a sec. If you have an ice cream scoop, I say go with that. I'm just going to use this measuring cup because at least it has a, you know, little spout on it. So I'm just going to pour in the batter, not all the way, but I want to make sure that Everybody's as even as I can possibly get them. Yeah, these are like some big old cupcake liners. To be honest, I just needed some, and I just grabbed some. They were $1, so that was the first thing I grabbed. I didn't even look to see, you know, how big they were or anything like that. Make sure you wipe down, because that's the last thing you need is something burning. Alright, so y'all can get a better shot of it. It smells so good. I think y'all are really going to enjoy this recipe. Again, if you want to do a cake, only thing you have to do is just make sure you prepare your 2 baking pans. You can do circular, you can do square. It's pretty much whatever your heart desires. That's what you can do. Put a little butter at the bottom of the pan, or a little canola oil, or whatever oil you prefer. Kind of take a napkin and, you know, kind of smooth it around the pan, and then you come back with some flour just to dust, to make sure that your cake doesn't stick. Now, if you have parchment paper, again, you can still prepare the pan the same way. You'll just be putting you'll just be putting parchment paper at the bottom. Alright, so as you can see here, I'm gonna put this napkin here because I can see some spillage. I'm gonna have to come back and clean this up here. So the oven is preset at 350. They're going to bake for about 20-25 minutes. So just make sure that you get, see how that's hiding? Just make sure you get all of the, yeah, that's sunk. Darn it, that's gonna burn, but that's okay. Alright, so I'm going to prepare the other pan. I'm going to pop them in there. I'm going to clean up, and then we're going to get started on our chocolate buttercream. Yes. So the cupcakes are in the oven. Preheat your oven at 350. They're going to bake from 20 to 25 minutes. I kind of put them because some of those cupcake holes that y'all saw, they were big. So I just put mine on 27 minutes. I just kept an eye on it, and also your nose knows, okay? Like I tell you guys, when you're doing pecans or nuts, anything like that, your nose knows. All right, so they're in there, and now we're going to get started on our butter cream. I'm so excited. Chocolate, chocolate, chocolate. Yes, just like my skin. My skin is chocolatey, and I love chocolate. Can't go wrong with that. But my chocolate is vegan, just like me. Anywho, enough of that. Let's get started on this buttercream. Is it gonna cut off? Let's work on our chocolate buttercream. Before we get started, we just need a pinch of sea salt here. Again, I'm using this bowl because this is where I'm going to keep the buttercream. So again, you don't have to get out the, you know, that big old glass bowl or whatever. Just use whatever bowl you're going to put it in, because again, just me and my mom, so I'm not going to frost all of the cupcakes. We'll do that, you know, when we get ready to actually eat one. So that was just a pinch of sea salt. So yes, love this recipe. Me personally, I like a nice even amount between the buttercream and the actual cupcake. I know some people, you know, they make it into a sandwich, which I think is pretty cool, and then you have some who it just be a mound of buttercream and hardly any cake, and I'm just like, this is not a cupcake, this is a buttercream. This is just buttercream with a little bit of cake on it. Me, I like it to be as even as possible, and plus I don't like my buttercream to be overly sweet. So I'm only going to do about 3 cups of the powdered sugar. You can do 4, you can do 5, you can do 6. It's just whatever your heart's desire. Me, I don't want mine that sweet. So you can always start with 3, taste it, and then if you need more, you just add more. Like I tell you guys, you gotta taste and adjust. And also taste your cake batter too. You don't have to worry about anything bad happening. So we can taste everything, so we'll know exactly what's going on when it comes down to our desserts and our food, but mostly desserts, because you know, when you're not a vegan, you really are advised not to taste the batter because of the rawness in there. But with this, you don't have to worry about it. You can taste this. I'm talking about you can put it in the refrigerator and or the freezer and eat it the way it is. I'm just messing, but you can't do that though. I'm being truthful. All right, so that's 3. So we also need 1.5 cup of butter, which is 3 sticks here. Now we need a cup of cocoa powder. Yes, we're getting closer and closer. Remember, your cupcakes, they're going to bake for about 20-25 minutes. You put them on the halfway point like I normally do. You need 1 cup of cocoa powder here. Close this up. Again, I like to sift everything, and the great thing about this bowl is I can sift just like this, and I don't have to worry about, you know, so much of the cloud. And as soon as I say that, it does it. Boy, trying to make me out to be a liar. How dare you, Coco? It's probably because it's filling up. Yeah, so just gotta lightly take it and just make sure it's getting in the bowl, because that's the goal. Getting in the bowl, that's the goal. Getting in the bowl, that's the goal. I just came up with that. So what do you guys do when you're in the kitchen? You know I'm recording and everything, but is there some ritual you do? Is there a certain type of music you listen to? I've been listening to my brother's, well, you probably seen it on my website. I've been listening to that. That's been very inspirational to me and everything. We don't need those bad bits, so they can go on about their business. Okay, yeah, we got cocoa and everything here. Okay, so for this, only thing you're gonna need is a hand mixer. All right, so before we do that, we need a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. I tell you, when that cocoa powder and that powdered sugar get together, it just it makes all type of clouds. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with 1/4 cup of unsweetened, unflavored almond milk here. Pour this in. Now, if the frosting is too thick, just add a tablespoon at a time of the almond milk. If it's too thin, you're going to add a tablespoon of powdered sugar. So it's a tablespoon for both. If it's too thick, almond milk. If it's too thin, powdered sugar. But the 3 cups pretty much does what I needed to do. Yes, even in our buttercream, we're adding a splash of coffee because this coffee is going to set it off. All right, so we're going to put in this butter. I'm going to sit down in my handy dandy kitchen stool. If you don't have one, please get one. And I'm going to whisk this up again, just a hand mixer. You don't need any special equipment. Now, if you want to get your lovely stand mixer out, go for it. Me, I'm not going to do it because I'm not in the mood to wash it and clean it. It's not that I'm lazy. It's just that it was a time where I didn't have a stand mixer. So, and I know there's probably people out there who don't have it. So I have it, but I only use it when it's like dire. Other than that, I don't use it. I'm just representing for everybody. All right, so I'm going to whisk this up, and when we come back, we're going to have my famous vegan chocolate buttercream. Yes. Chocolate buttercream, my famous vegan recipe, is done. Look at there. It tastes delicious. So I'm going to put the top on. I'm going to pop it in the freezer. You can put this on a vegan vanilla cake. Go check that famous recipe out. You can do a chocolate cake. You can do chocolate chip cupcakes. You can even do peanut butter cake. That recipe is also coming. Stay tuned. It's just, you know, whatever. You can make some cookies. You can put it on your cookies. This is just buttercream you can have because one day you might say, hey, I want a cake, or hey, I want a cookie, and I want a little chocolate. You can never go wrong with this. Okay? Let's taste it, shall we? Is out of the oven. Yes. So if you see like the little holes and everything, I just put a fork in there. You put a fork, a knife, or a toothpick. Just put it in there, bring it out. If it comes out clear, they are fine. So I can only make 23 cupcakes. But I mean, if I had another cupcake liner, I would have had 24. So we're gonna let those cool. The buttercream is ready. Now I'm just heating up the caramel because I have a little surprise for you guys. So when I come back, we're gonna put this all together. It's almost time for my famous chocolate chip, well, my famous vegan, okay, chocolate chip cupcakes with my famous vegan chocolate buttercream. All right, see you in a sec. Oh, also you can take these out and put them on a wire rack as well so they can cool quicker. So the cupcakes are done, buttercream's done. Only thing we're waiting on the cupcakes to cool down. Now on the stove I have some water in a small pot, and I put the caramel, like the container is in, I put it in the water. I kind of want that to melt down because I told you I had a surprise. We just not, come on now, you know me, I'm not just gonna do just some chocolate chip cupcakes just with some chocolate buttercream, vegan, of course, my famous recipe. You know, I gotta add a twist to it. Come on now. Now, if you have some pecans or you have some walnuts, I'm out of walnuts, but I do have pecans. So, or any nut that you prefer. Also remember, once you open them, pop them into the freezer. Okay, oils spoil. These walnuts, cashews, pecans, almonds, mixed Brazilian nuts, all the nuts, they're not cheap. Okay, and the last thing I need, y'all know I don't like to waste a doggone thing. So, you know I'm not gonna waste no high price pecans or walnuts and cashews and all that good stuff. Okay, so open them, put them in the freezer. When you buy them, put them in the freezer. That's what I do. Just saying. So we're going to get that out, and I'm just going to break up some pecans because we're going to turn them into a turtle situation. Y'all know that chocolate candy that everybody wanted to get for Valentine's Day? Y'all know what I'm talking about. And it's chocolate with the caramel, and it has the pecans and everything. We just taking that candy bar up some levels. I'm telling you, it is levels to this cooking and baking game all the time, all day, every day. And we are also doing what my famous vegan chocolate chip cupcakes. We are adding layers. Okay, because not only are we gonna drizzle on top, we're gonna make a little hole and we're gonna put some caramel in the middle of them bad boys. So what we're gonna do, we're going to toast up some pecans. The oven is hot, so I'm gonna pop them in there. Your nose will know when to get them out. Okay, so this is a little treat for you guys, so I hope you enjoy. All right, so let's get working on these pecans, shall we? Just have a little foil pan here. I might eat 2 cupcakes, so I'm just gonna put enough in there so I can, put it on 2 of them. You can also, I just thought about it, when we put the caramel in the middle, you can also put some pecans or walnuts or any nut you prefer. So I'm just breaking these down into smaller pieces. Now, if you want them whole, leave them whole. Whichever way, I get to do this. It's kind of sad my mom can't do pecans and walnuts or anything like that anymore. So it's an homage to her because I know she would love it. But if I was to turn this into maybe, put it in the food processor and grind it up real good, she'd probably be able to do it. But sometimes you just don't want to take those chances. So that's it. We're just gonna put them in the oven, let them sit for about 2-3 minutes, and then we're still just sitting here waiting for the caramel to kind of melt down a little bit, and also for the cupcakes to cool. So see you in a second. It's cupcake time. Yes, so as you can see, a vegan caramel. Don't worry, coming with the video. This was the tester to make sure I give you the right information. I don't want to be, giving you recipes, my famous vegan ones, of course, and they're not right when you try to do it. So that's why I test and, just make sure I'm giving you the best recipes possible. All right, so chocolate buttercream is done and ready, and then we have our pecans here. Just pull them out of the oven 2 to 3 minutes. It's time to assemble. So this is what we're going to do. I'm gonna have 2 spoons, one for the buttercream, one for the caramel. So I'm just going to take the bigger one here, and I'm just going to use this part if you have, you know, one of those circular you can dig out. I just don't really feel like getting out that, you know, the thing from the pastry bag. So we're going to use a good old-fashioned spoon to kind of move everybody over a little bit here. Alright, now we're going to add in some vegan caramel. Look there. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to come with some pecans. And then I'm going to top it off with some more of that caramel. Boom. Sorry, can't let that go to waste. Alright, now I'm just going to come with some buttercream here. Like so. I don't need a lot. Again, my pastry bag skills are not the best. So I'm either using a spoon or I'm using a knife. Alright. Now what we're going to do, we're just going to add just a little more of the caramel. That's a lot. Just gonna I don't know, it's not kind of spooning. Ooh, I don't want that much. And then there you go. Look at there. Isn't that pretty? Yes. Who said vegan desserts and food isn't beautiful? They lied. Alright, I'm going to do the other one. I come back. It's going to be time to taste. How pretty they are. Yes, you can see that caramel coming down. What I did was I put it in the freezer. You need to at least let your buttercream sit in the freezer for at least 30 minutes so it can set up. So, and also after you use it, pop it in the freezer. That way it keeps its integrity and everything like that. Alright, time to taste. Look there. Yes. I pretty much got, see, got cake, buttercream, walnut, got a little caramel. Oh, that's good. Sorry. When your girl's shoulders get to moving, if you knew, I get to rolling and doing all, your girl did her thing. Again, if you're not like a huge chocolate lover, don't worry about it. If you want to do the chocolate chips, just do half the bag. Let's say you don't want that much cocoa powder, take the 1/8 off. This recipe is for the chocolate, vegan chocolate lovers like myself. Okay? Now, let's say you don't have any caramel, don't worry, I got that episode coming to you. You don't have to put the chocolate. And if you don't have any pecans or walnuts and you don't do nuts or whatever, you can admit that too. Alright, so this is just to take it up another notch, another level. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm always telling you guys, it is levels to this baking and cooking game. Yes, even when you bake, you're building layers of flavor. Alright, so we started off going to prove something, because y'all know I'm always proving something on my show. So let's get it out, shall we? Oh, and if you were new at the beginning, you're not new now, so you know exactly what I'm about to do. Now, if you just clicked on and it's at this point, rewind. Was this vegan math correct that I came up with? Let's see, shall we? So, 0 animal milk plus 0 animal eggs equaled what? Did we have a problem? Did you have a problem? No. you didn't have a problem at all making my famous vegan chocolate chip cupcakes with my famous vegan chocolate buttercream. And we just turned it into a decadent, just delicious. Yes, we added some caramel and we added some pecans. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in with me today, allowing me into your home as I allow you into my pad. If you like this episode, hit the like button, share with everyone you know, bring them through so your girl can show what I'm doing in this kitchen, because I be baking up, I be cooking up, I be juicing up, I be breaking down jackfruits, I be doing it. I am trying to make sure that my people, my chocolate, lovely African people, we gotta do better as far as our eating goes. You know what I'm saying? Because we gotta last. We gotta be here. We got, I don't have any children, but my brothers, they have children. So, it's about the next generation and just continuing to build and build and build. Even in life, there are layers and levels. All right. So, anywho, also subscribe if you would like so you can continue to get my famous recipes. So we proved today that 0 animal milk plus 0 animal eggs equals no problem when we made my famous vegan chocolate chip cupcakes. Yes, with my famous vegan chocolate buttercream. But your girl is always proving that plants are delicious. Bye. Hello everyone, stay tuned for a sneak peek of next week's episode of Toya's Pad. Plants are delicious.